All right, guys, welcome to our team call for this week. I am so excited about this. If you guys could not tell by me posting about this quite a few times in our team pages, but this is such a treat that we have one of the best trainers I feel that we have ever had here at Beachbody on with us tonight. Chris Downing is our special guest speaker, and I know you guys would much rather hear from him than from me. So I kind of feel bad though that I'm not going to give him the introduction that I think that he deserves. And I know that we have Megan Rencher on our team, and I believe I saw that she was on the call. She was actually one of the members in the program, which is kind of a cool thing. And I should have thought of having her introduce Chris and giving him a proper introduction, but Chris, I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you and have you just go ahead and take it from here. You do have coaches on our team here and a few of our challengers as well. Oh, it sounds like Megan is teaching a class right now, but I'll go ahead and turn the time over to you and let you take it from here.
All right. How's everybody doing? Doing good?
Yes.
Babies. Wow. How many of you are challengers? Raise your hand for me. Let me see. 1 second. Leave it up 1 second. I don't see any challengers. Hold your hand up if you're a challenger.
I do see at least one of mine, but they're probably a little shy to do that. And I did make it so it's muted, so you guys can make a comment if you want.
Make a comment, man. Little kid said, I'm a challenger. Let me see here. Did you make a comment? They won't make a comment either? That's scary. Okay, coach here. So there's one coach and there's 72 people in here. Okay, there's another coach. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, now we're rolling. A lifelong challenge. Okay. Coach. Good. Coach. So the challengers just jumped off the call. They got scared and just hopped off.
Maybe we did, and
there's Cody. That's it, boss. That's what I'm talking about. All right, cool. All right, so the way that I do calls is I just believe in being transparent. It's for me, it's I'm not a salesperson. I never have been a salesperson, and I just feel like the best way to ever sell anything is you gotta sell yourself first. That's just my truest philosophy. And then once you sell yourself, then you express what you do for a living. You express your talent, your craft, right? So this is good for Cody because he gets to see the real world. One of the things that I think is frustrating with coaching is, you get these people who they want to be in the business, right? And they're challengers, and they only tell them about the great things. Some of these coaches only talk about, the shiny object. And so, that's not realistic, because everybody don't get the shiny object right away. And then you have so many people with so much potential and so much, they just need a little bit of guidance. They walk away, they get frustrated because the shiny object didn't appear like it was expressed. And so, I'm not going to give you a shiny object. I mean, I don't feel I'm not going to sell you. I don't want to sell you. It's not my personality. So we're going to figure out where you guys are in your business, how I can help you get to the next level, and then we'll talk about proving grounds. And then I think that'll conclude everything. So transparency. What do you guys think right in this box is your biggest struggles right now? Consistency. Good. Inviting. Okay. Keep going. Give me like 15 of them. Being open on social media. Mindset. Beautiful. Good. Inviting. Believing in myself. Yep. Keeping promise to myself. Good. Belief. Confidence. Good. Give me 5 more. Bold to invite. Yep. One more. Good. Nutrition. Okay. Perfect. All right. So look, let's freeze that for a second, right? Freeze that. So I get on this call, right? And everybody's excited about Proving Grounds and just, how it works and how this is going to grow your business. And so I get on a call and I'm like, well, guys, thanks for having me on the call. Proving Grounds is a great program. It's, 3 weeks plus a prep week. So technically it's 4 weeks long. And in this video, you're going to lose weight. The nutrition plan is really good and it's very motivating. And I just feel all your people should do this program because I know it's going to make everybody better. Now, what if I was to come out and say that, not knowing that in this box, there's people that's having struggles with handling rejection, helping people believe that they can do it, nutrition, mindset, belief, keeping a promise to myself, mindset, inviting, consistency, all these things, right? So what I'm going to do is get on this call and continue to keep a mask on your face because deep down inside, there's a deeper issue that we got to take care of so that you can enjoy the fruits of your own labor and the program. But you can't sell my program, first of all, if you don't love yourself because it's a loving program. You see what I'm saying? You can't even explain me if you don't love yourself. Here's the key. You're not even selling me. You're selling you. I'm second because you should be the number one person in your life right now, in your business right now. And here's the reason why. When you guys don't understand is, I'm so grateful for, you guys on such a level I don't even think you really understand because I'm smart enough to know something that everybody else don't know. I'm smart enough to realize that the only reason why I am on this platform and has attained the level of success I have is because of you guys. Yeah, I created a program. I had a team that helped me, and I'm not discrediting what I did. However, I didn't take it to the world like you guys did. I didn't take it to the challengers like you guys did. And so you have all this admiration for me, right? And all this, you got all this value on me and Chris Downing and all this, but you fail to realize you don't want to put me on the platform. So if you have all this value for you, why don't you have this value for yourself? So I bet you guys didn't know 2 years ago, I couldn't even buy groceries for my kids. I was broke. 7 weeks ago, I'm in the grocery store with my 2 little ones. And, we going in and out of the aisles, getting what we wanted. And I go to pay for the groceries. And when I look to the right, at the door, it was BJ's, it's like a Costco. I looked to the right and I saw a red Shift Shop shirt. And it was just kind of crazy because I had on a red Shift Shop shirt, right? And at home, early on, I could just go anywhere and not really have any problem. Well, it's not like that anymore. And I'm used to it. Target, wherever I go, there's always somebody. But as I'm walking with my kids, I got one kid, holding on the cart and the other on another cart. So I'm just pushing them. I see this woman put her hands on her mouth. She turns into a bobblehead and she starts doing this high knee in place, like so excited, right? And then as I get closer, she's like, I thought that was you. You were with your kids. I didn't want to bother you. And she was like, I don't have my phone. I said, you don't need your phone. So I said, come here. I grabbed my phone. I put my phone up here, took a picture of us, put my arm around her and gave her a kiss on her cheek and said, thank you. She said, what are you thanking me for? I should be thanking you. You changed my life. I said, no, actually, you changed mine. You and the rest of the network. 2 years ago, I couldn't even buy groceries. I just spent $250 in a grocery store and didn't even worry about it. So no, thank you. And that's the reality of it. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm watching, everybody thrive, right? And I'm watching, people on my side of the fence thriving, but I'm seeing on the other side of the fence, there's some struggle going on in there. And why is that? The struggle is because of what you told me in the beginning, mindset, right? Belief, being consistent, inviting. Those are all forms of insecurity. So let's trace that back. Where did the insecurities originally start from? Who told you you couldn't be successful? Who told you this wouldn't work? Who told you got a degree, you should be doing that? Or this isn't what the family had set up for you? Or you weren't good enough? Who told you these things? Because whoever told you that placed an anchor on you. And that anchor you take in everywhere you go, even in your business. And because of that, you are now thinking the way that person originally thought. So here's the deal. If I'm on this call right now I got everybody open to me, right? Let's just say I was a jerk and I got on here and I was arrogant and I was just saying things that was just like, ugh. Like you would feel my energy through this computer because energy is powerful, right? And it just negatively affected you. You would get off this call with a burden on your heart. Like, Chris Downing isn't what I thought he was. He's kind of a jerk. He changed. He's different. That would seriously affect you, right? Now I placed this burden on you. Maybe I said y'all not working hard enough and you guys need to push these programs because we work hard. Look at all that pressure I'm putting on you. You get off the call like you feel horrible. And then what you going to do? You're going to text somebody, go to social media, just had the worst call ever, just got my ass handed to me by Chris Downing. Like, apparently I'm not doing anything right. Guess what? I just projected my arrogance, which is insecurity, for whatever reason that you don't know about. I just projected that on you and made you feel worthless, right? Now, you're going to take that right there to your family, to your kids, to your business, and you wondering why you're struggling? That's because you're operating through my mindset, what I projected on you. Is that making sense? So think of it this way, and this will make a lot of sense to you. So there's one common denominator, right? There's one common thing that anything with a heartbeat relates to. It's the most powerful thing in the world. All animals, all insects, all humans, we all thrive from one thing. It's the most incredible characteristic. Love. Love creates babies. Love creates spouses, relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, right? So if love is the most powerful thing with anything with a heartbeat, why isn't that the foundation of your business? Think about what I'm saying to you. I know I didn't just throw up a rank in front of you and I didn't just show you that I was I worked in a factory and now I'm making six figures in 6 months and all. I know I didn't give you that story because guess what? That ain't relatable to everybody. But love is relatable to everybody. It really is. That's something that everybody on this call can identify with because you love somebody in your life. You might not be able to relate to my rags to riches story. You see what I'm saying? It's a different journey, but your rags to riches story is going to show up as soon as you start loving yourself. Because that's all I did, guys. And it took me a while to get to that point because I didn't know who I was or what I was capable of until I started loving myself. But the point I'm making to you is this. When you love yourself, you believe in yourself. Right? You have a sense of identity at this point. You know who you are. You know where you're going. So if someone gets on a call and they start projecting things on you, you're like, he ain't speaking to me because you know who you are. You know what you put in on a day-to-day basis. You know your thoughts. You know your words. You know the impact you're making. Who am I to tell you what you're not doing or what you are doing? So I can't even project my insecurities on you because you have a sense of identity. But if you don't have a sense of identity, you look up to me, you admire me, guess what? I can say whatever I want to say, good or bad, you're going to be affected by it. Right? Follow me. So let me show you how to break your business down. I'm going to show you how to go from 6 figures, from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to 7 figures. And I know it worked because I did it for myself and countless other coaches. And you know what it is? I taught them how to love themselves. There's no way in this world I would be the trainer I am today, as impactful as I am, if I didn't love myself. There's no way. Why would you follow me? Not my white teeth, not my smile. That ain't why you follow me. You follow me because you knew earlier today when Bridget put that we was going to have this call. I know when I got the call with this guy, I'm going to feel good. I don't know what he's going to say. I don't care what he's going to say. I just know when I get off this call, I'm about to run through my wall. You know that. You're going to be pumped. You're going to have some hope. You're going to feel motivated, right? You knew it. You knew it. Now, you guys know that, right? And I'm sitting here walking around carrying my 7-week-old who just had the biggest blowout I've ever experienced to come out of a 7-week-old kid. I had to look at him. That was like some grown man stuff. It was crazy. I had to text Allie. In fact, I sent Allie the video of him grunting like he was a grown man, and the noise was making it was uncomfortable. I didn't even want to look at the diaper. When I looked at it, I almost threw up. But my whole point is why you guys are projecting all of this positivity and I'm changing this blowout from this little kid, you're creating anticipation. So all I got to do is show up and deliver because I'm going to meet your expectation. Does that make sense? So let's convert that to you. Has anybody ever seen a person step into a room, right? And their presence demands attention. Like you like, whoa, this is something about this human being, right? Before they got there, there's still people there. And I mean, it's just a normal day. But this person walked in, you like, hold on here. And women, you guys are sneaky. You're very sneaky. If you want to talk to somebody, especially a woman, you know how to strike a conversation. You're going to look at her heels or her bag and say, hey, that's nice shoes you got there, or that's a nice bag. You're sneaky. Fellas, we don't even do that because we got pride. We just sit back and watch. We'll say, what's up, man? Check his temperature. But you guys will go straight in. Look at the bag. Look at the shoes. That's it. Strike the conversation. So you go up to the woman. You say, you know, that's a really nice bag you have. You just want to see her energy. You know something's powerful about her because she just lit this room up. And she says, thank you humbly, right? You know, and then that wasn't good enough because it actually invited you more. So then you're going to say, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living? I'm a Beachbody coach. Oh, and you don't even know what that means. You have no idea what that means. You just know it means something because she came in here and lit this room up. So she was like, if you ever have any questions, here's my card. Give me a call sometime. Let's meet for coffee, right? That's all she said. You go home, 2 or 3 days go by, you clean out your purse, find a business card. I should call this lady. And the reason why you feel like you should call her is because you know in the state you're in right now, you know there's so much more for you, but you can't grab it. You know it. You visualize it. You feel it. You're frustrated because you know you should be in a better place. You know it. You know it's something holding you back, right? So you call this lady. She says, meet me tomorrow at Starbucks. You meet her at Starbucks. You say, hi. You know, you guys sit there and talk. And she starts talking about the business, right? She starts to give you an overview and this is how she makes revenue, XYZ. They sell challenge packs and programs and help people get better and help people start businesses, right? But let me ask you a question. When you originally saw that lady, was she talking about challenge packs and programs? No. What did she sell you on? Herself. Do you see where I'm going with this? And then what did she do when she sold you on herself? Then she explained the business. She got you locked in. You ready to sign up right then and there. There was no salesy pitch to there. There was no pressure. She just sold you a reality that you want that was permeating through her, that was expressed through her, right? So how is that any different than anybody else? So you got this commission-based business, right? And there's no promises of a paycheck. There's bonuses. There's all these other credentials, but this is no promise of a paycheck, right? And sometimes you got resistance at home. Why are you doing this? We need money. Or you got resistance at work, or you're a little afraid to leave a job because you know this is your passion. Your family's like, why would you do that? You know, work another job. Some of you working 2 and 3 jobs, right? But let me ask you a question. This commission-based business where nobody guarantees you anything. How many of you have ever signed up one coach? All of you, right? Except for Cody. I got you, boss. Don't worry. Everybody but Cody signed up one coach, right? You know what that means, right? Explain to me, give me 15 texts with what you felt like on that first person you ever signed up, real quick. I cried, excited, okay. Come on, give me 5 more, 10 more. Excited, okay. Inspired, okay. Rock star, belief, confidence, stop right there. Now, did you look at your arm and saw belief, confidence, excited? I cried. Did you look at you? It wasn't a physical thing, right? Where'd it come from? It came from internal. That was an internal feeling. That moment right there is when you tapped into your truest self right there. Because there was an emotion connected to it, a positive emotion. At that very moment, you tapped into your purpose. Now, let me ask you a question. What happened between the first coach and the 50th coach or the 100th coach you signed up? How come you still don't? What happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. Remember that shiny object I was telling you about? You start thinking about it. And all of a sudden, you start hearing about rank and all these different things, right? Then you start comparing your journey to somebody else's. Now you all off track. You completely miss off track. You're missing it. Because it's all about the same expression for every coach. But you can't even express that unless you express you. The point I'm making here, and I'll get into my program, your net worth is based on your mental wealth, physical wealth, emotional wealth, spiritual wealth. That's the heartbeat. So if I have a negative thought about myself and I emotionally connect to it, I'm projecting that in the universe. So a negative situation is, so then you wonder why a person is inconsistent or struggling. One day they're happy, up on a roller coaster. Then they end up calling some kind of diagnosis, and that ain't even a problem. The problem is they don't love themselves. You see what I'm saying? So then emotional wealth, what is that? I'm telling you right now, anxiety is not emotional wealth. Fear is not emotional wealth. You know what fear is? Look at the words. Fear, false evidence appearing real. It's an illusion. It don't even exist. When's the last time you actually saw fear walking down the street? Say, hey, guess what? I saw fear today. What color is fear? Is it a male or female? Which one is it? Explain this to me. What is it? It's whatever you create it to be, period. As soon as you get the feeling of fear, that's your heartbeat. And whatever is going to show up in the physical is going to reflect the fear that you created in your mind. It's the honest to goodness truth. Spiritual wealth. What do you say to yourself? You look in the mirror and don't like the reflection? Do you say it? Oh, I got this hanging out. I don't look good in these pants. I don't feel attractive. You realize that's abuse. Like, you're abusing yourself. When all you find is something wrong about yourself, what about the things that are right? You got to protect the gateways to your soul, which is your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. That's how you create success. Whatever's in your soul is in your wallet, is in your body, is in your surroundings. So you got a soul check. The good news is this. You created all this situation you're in right now unconsciously, not knowing who you are. Some of you had success, some of you had failures, but you did it unconsciously. And you still succeeded not even knowing who you are. So imagine putting your thoughts on it now. What do you really want is my number one question moving forward. I'm serious. What do you really want? Not what your husband said you could have, or your spouse said you could have, or your parents. No, what do you want? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, what do you want? Whatever that is, you write that on a piece of paper, right? Whatever that is. The minute you write that on a paper, now it's no longer an inspired thought. It's a reality. And then what you got to do by faith every day is project that as if you already made it. So, what is your status as a wife? On this paper. If you are an incredible wife, demonstrate that. Incredible mom, demonstrate that. If you're a six-figure income, demonstrate that. Well, how am I supposed to demonstrate that? I don't have a big team. Pretend like you're talking to people. Turn your computer on, act like you got 10 pages of people, and go on a 2-minute rant about success and you believe in it and you love them. What you guys don't understand is, remember when I said 2 years ago I was broke? I was down here speaking to spiders and ants and whatever else was down here. And so when I do these calls, this comes second nature to me because I already did it. I did it when nobody showed up. I just bought the home of my dreams. Allison will tell you right now how I did. It's the most incredible story, right? I'm not lying. I saw the house. I called her. Allie, I found my house. She said, what do you mean? I found a house. Took pictures of it. She's like, oh my gosh, Bear. I said, this is it. Here's the crazy part. Once or twice a week, the home was vacant, right? I would drive to the house. It's by my current home. I would drive there as if I'm going home. I would pull in the driveway, put my hand on the door handle. Thank God that I have it, right? I needed to feel it. I would push the button down, even though the door didn't open. I put my thumb down on it like it was going in there. Sometimes I would walk around the perimeter, sit on the porch, just visualize my kids playing in the backyard. I would look through the window. Where am I going to put my furniture? Check this out. Called a realtor, went inside, took pictures of every room in the house, right? Went on the internet, recreated the whole place inside. So I'm just telling you exactly what I'm saying. This is truth. She'll tell you. She'll unmute herself and tell you right now. I've had many conversations with her. Where you going, Bear? Home. To the point she would have to think, well, which one are you going to? No, I'm going to the big house. To the point where she starts saying it was my house. I hadn't had her completely convinced that this was my house, right? So I tried to get the house, and it fell through the first time. Get this. I called her out. They decided to go a different route, right? This was a month ago. So now I already projected the house is mine. I told a couple people the house was mine. I'm not about to tell these people this house ain't mine. So when everybody said, so when you move in your house, we still in negotiations. That's what I told everybody. We're still in negotiations. And the house was allegedly gone. Tell me why a couple days ago, the seller called me. You still want the house? And he dropped it $100,000 more than we was going to sell it to me for. And when he said, you still want the house? I said, it's my house. Yes, it's my house. Of course I want the house. So when I went and met with him and his wife, they looked at me like, this is really your house. I said, yeah, it's my house. Here, let me show you. It's the first time I ever met the sellers. They got rid of the realtor and everything. I showed them on my phone how I remodeled the whole house. Here's this room. Here's the picture next to it, what it's going to look like. And the lady, I left. I wasn't even gone 45 minutes. Text message, it's yours. But here's the deal. The point I'm making in this is this. It's not about the house. It's not about the house. It's about how much I love myself, how much I believe in myself, how much when I lock my mind on something, it don't matter what it looked like. I feel it already. Remember I said I put my finger on the door? I felt that place. When I walked in the house, I went to that house 8 times, and every time I just had to smell it. I took a construction worker in there and an interior designer in there without a loan. This is what I want the house to look like. They crafted it up, showed me the price. Because it was my house. I convinced myself it was my house. And when that situation happened a month ago, Dad even told me it was my house. So my point I'm making is, what kind of business do you want? What do you want? It's bigger than fitness, guys. The amount you love yourself is going to determine where you take your family. And guess what? If you don't start loving yourself, I got bad news for you. You're robbing your kids and your spouse anyway, because they're not getting all of you. They're getting a percentage of you. And subliminally, you're going to teach your kids how to raise their family on a percentage. So you have no choice but to love yourself. Because guess what? You're robbing your kids and your family. You're robbing your coaches too, because you're projecting something that you don't really believe in. And it's so easy. It's a matter of making a decision. What do you want? You created the situation you're in right now unconsciously. Now create what you want consciously now. Is this making sense to you? All right. Everybody's spinning their seat, and I'll tell you about Proving Grounds. All right. But seriously, I need you guys to understand where I'm coming from, man. You guys got to stop having all this admiration for us when you put us on this platform. Think about what I'm saying to you. If you ever have a down moment where you're struggling in your business, all you got to do is remind yourself, Chris said he couldn't buy groceries 2 years ago. But because of me and the network, he's able to do it. So if he could buy groceries, I could buy whatever I want because I helped him do it. I'm serious. You got to own that. Does that make sense, Bridget? You got to own it. And every time you own something, it gives you confidence to believe for more. And then guess what? Something else good happens, and guess what? Then you have confidence to believe for even more. Then something else good happens because you have gratitude, and guess what? More blessings show up. And the more grateful you are, more blessings show up. And every time a blessing shows up, you get more confident. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, Proving Grounds. Shift Shop was never complete in my personal opinion. It wasn't. We rushed it. It turned out very good because my emotions was all over it, right? But I never thought it was complete. I'll be honest with you. The doing, speed 25 3 times in 1 week, I'm way too ADD for that. I'm just telling you straight up. I was like, we doing this 3 times. This isn't, there's no flow, right? So when the thought came to, I was itching. I wanted to do another program, right? In the back of my mind, I wanted to do another program. But then there was a part of me that was unsettled because I felt like I didn't give Shift Shop everything. At that time, I wasn't in the proper mind state that was the first time I ever created a program, right? So, but I knew it was missing something. So when Carl told me he wanted to relaunch it, the first thing I thought about was, okay, I got to add some other workouts to this. Like now I need to complete it. So like immediately in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do here? And I didn't put pressure on myself because I knew just like anything else, it's just going to happen. So I'm going to tell you what happened. To Be Mindset happened. When that took off, I said, bingo. Those are the people I need to go after. If they was to go do Shift Shop right now, it's going to freak them out. Speed 25 is going to give them anxiety. It's going to hurt their feelings. If To Be Mindset is a program that people can work out their relationship with food, right? As they graduate to other levels of nutrition, then I need to add a prep week to Shift Shop. And it only needs to be 15 minutes because anybody can do anything for 15 minutes. But I need to make it hard enough so that those who do work out, I can crush them. And then those who don't work out, they can just, I wanted to be very motivating just so I can speak to them in those 15 minutes to give them hope, right? So I added a prep week, two 15-minute workouts, quick shift speed, quick shift strength. You're going to do those for 4 days, right? Monday through Thursday. Every Friday and Saturday is Proving Grounds. Now, Proving Grounds is so prophetic, y'all. It really is. So let's talk about Proving Ground speed. It's 15 one-minute exercises, okay? In the 15 one-minute exercises, all I care about is the bottom number, right? The total points at the end of the workout. I created a scorecard because I realized when I was testing this, adults can't count. You can't do it. We just stressed out. We can't count. People was like, I would tell them, count your reps in 60 seconds. And when the 60 seconds was up, they would grab the scorecard. I forgot my reps. How? It was 60 seconds. Where'd you go? One lady was like, well, I was thinking about when I was getting groceries. I'm thinking, you doing a grass picker thinking about eggs, potatoes, bread. Like, I'm just kind of watching in my head. Like, I saw you getting it, but you was thinking about groceries. And so I had to tell her, no. Listen, dial it in. All I need is 60 seconds of your attention. Not for me, for you. Because you're going to do grass pickers. You get 50 reps. You just wrote down 50. You do lateral burpees. You get 20 reps. Now you have 70, right? 13 more exercises. Finish the rest of the workout. You have 150 points. Then you go to the strength the next day. Document your weights, the size, the reps. Now your baseline's done. Now you go into speed 25. Now when you go on speed 25, you go in there with a sense of purpose. You're working on your conditioning because in Proving Grounds, I'm only giving you 40 seconds. You got enough time to write your score, get a drink, catch your breath, because I'm queuing again for the next move, right? So now on speed 25, you are working on your conditioning, working on your form, your technique, because you're going to use those movements in test day, right? Maybe not that exercise, but yes to the movement. You're going to lateral slide. You're going to go front and back. So you go speed, strength, 25, Monday through Thursday, back to the Proving Grounds to test again. But this time when you test, you want to beat your baseline score of 150. So you go back to it. Grass pickers, shoot, 45 reps. But my prep week, I had 50. Now, the reason why I want to focus on the big picture is because the average person would have either turned bot off, got frustrated, felt like they wasn't worthy, but I can already convince you that all I care about is the bottom number. So you're going to say, I got 14 exercises that make up for those 5 reps. You're doing that, not me. All I got to do is just deliver the motivation and speak to you as you overcome this adversity. Because guess what? Outside this program, in your normal life is adversity. And you got to learn how to defeat it. So you might as well learn how to defeat it during exercise, right? So you go through the rest of the workout, you end up with 165 points. Is that victory? Absolutely. 1 week at 150, next week at 165. You go into 35 series. 4 times back to Proving Grounds, you get 180 the third week. Going to the 4th week, 45 series, you have 200. So you done went from 150 to 165 to 180 to 200. Now you track your progress every week. Wasn't even thinking about losing weight. Look in the mirror, you done lost all this weight because I got your attention on your score, right? And you're getting confidence. So now you look at the nutrition, you done lost all this weight. Now let's talk about the modifier. The modifier is going to modify the whole baseline week, right? Because all I care about is 15 minutes. And then you're going to modify Proving Grounds. Then from there, you're going to go into speed 25. You're going to feel a little good. What if you just modify all the moves but 2 of them? Is that victory? Absolutely. Because then they go into the next week, say they modify everything but 4 moves. And they go to the final week, they modify everything but 5 moves. So every week they modify less, right? Now this person has confidence who didn't have confidence before. I'm going to go back through this program again and track my reps now because I want to see what I can really get. So they go through it again. Even though they went through it 3 times, who cares? They got better each round. Now they're tracking their progress. This same person, just like the first group of people, is mentally engaged. So you can take your mental focus to your family now and to your business while you're feeling the most incredible you've ever felt. See what I'm saying? Now this program is complete. I'm telling you right now, this is straight up a personal development workout program. I'm not lying to you. It is very, very powerful. So I got 15 minutes, whatever questions you want. How many of y'all got a headache? I just gave you a whole lot of information.
Well, I don't have a headache. I am very inspired, and I love hearing the backside of everything, like the backstory of all of this. And I'll tell you that they asked the coach advisory board, what we thought of relaunching this and what we thought of that. And I was like, yes, I think that would be so amazing. And I wish that we had had the bundles and all of that to offer back when it first launched. And so I personally have been so excited. I have a group going with many of the coaches on this team, and everyone's loving it so far already. So
I will tell you, as far as the program, where it really benefits you guys is like it shines light on everyone's darkness individually. So like in this program, if you go to BOD, there's two different Chris's in this. There's Shift Shop Chris and there's Proving Grounds Chris. My body's different. My approach is different because I had something to prove to myself. So if I'm proving things to myself, bringing a program, how much more influence is that giving you guys to prove yourself every week? And I filmed Proving Grounds with a broken toe and a broken foot, and you can't even tell.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy to hear.
It was nuts.
Wow, that's amazing. And I've seen you at a few of these different Beachbody events. I think the first one I saw you at was I want to say it was a Success Club trip. I think it was the first one that you came to.
Was it Punta Cana?
Yeah, I think it was Dominican Republic. And seeing you speak there and then again at leaderships and just giving recognition to other trainers and always showing the love back to the network is something that makes you stand apart from the rest. We do have a question here from Keisha, and I feel like I should even just unmute Keisha here, but Keisha, I'm going to unmute you, and you can wait, I'm unmuting the wrong person.
Oh, she's trying to.
There we go.
Hey, Chris.
What's up? I see this question.
So I was wondering, for people that are unfamiliar with Beachbody, or if there's coaches on this call that are just like nervous to talk about this program, they're super passionate, but they don't know how to convey it without like word vomiting all over someone. Can you give us like a concise way that you would explain this program as a whole to someone who's unfamiliar with Beachbody, unfamiliar with you, and is just like a random new contact on Instagram that's excited about getting in shape?
I would just say, would you want to do a program that speaks directly to you? Something that you could feel like you have a personal trainer. And the most important part, it's going to make you feel good. It's going to motivate you and guarantee to bring out the best in you. And you can go at your own pace. That's exactly it. I mean, it's the truth. It's all about feeling good. I know what's in that program. I know how here's when something happened. Remember when they released the quick shift workouts the first week of October? So my messenger, I try to like return every message, but it's a little crazy. But a girl sent me a message and she was like, I just want to thank you for the modifications in this workout. I got a really good workout. I said, well, I'm glad you got a good workout. All the exercises are modifier, so you just keep doing the best you can. And she said, no, you don't understand. I'm in a wheelchair. I said, what? She said, yeah. So when I did the 3 markers, I started the blue, I wheeled to the yellow, lifted it up, tapped it, went around the side to the other marker, lifted it up, tapped it. And when she said that, I got emotional because I'm saying to myself, wow, yeah, this is serious. And so this is a program where you just want to ask a person, how do you want to feel? Do you want to feel better? That's it. I mean, the losing weight and all that, they'll get that once they start loving themselves and start believing in themselves because they'll push themselves harder.
Okay, I think everyone probably has goosebumps like me and feels a chill. That's amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. And I'm not sure which Crystal, we have two Crystals at least on this call. But there's a question about nutrition. They said they know it changes a little week to week. If you're doing another round, would you start the nutrition back at week 1 or stay at week 3?
No, I would go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. No, I'm sorry. I would go 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. That makes sense? So you go carbs the first week, less carbs the second week, no carbs the third week. Shock your body, go back to carbs the second week, and finish the last 2 weeks. If you make it a 60 program, no carbs, and you'll get shredded. If you add intermittent fasting to it, you're going to get peeled like quickly.
Love it. Okay, is this recommended for pregnancy?
Well,
Pregnant women.
from my knowledge, Shift Shop created a lot of pregnancies, period. So so many people say, I got pregnant on Shift Shop. No, that wasn't the mission. But no, I just think you just gotta listen to your body. I would modify, just listen to your body. I wouldn't do anything to harm your baby, and modify if you need to. I know Candace Talbot. You guys know Candace? I had to text her. She was 34 weeks doing burpees. I'm like, if you do one more burpee, I'm gonna get upset. Stop doing burpees. But she was like, she knew the program back, through and through. So just listen to your body.
Love it. Yeah, I think it definitely depends on what you were doing before you got pregnant.
Well, that's got a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, do we have any other questions before we let Chris go?
You got it. I gave you too much good information for you not to have a question.
You gave us so much information. You silenced all of our fears and put them to bay. Kind of gave us no more excuses. That's how I feel for sure. All right, 2 questions here. What is one piece of advice? I'm reading this as if you can't see this. But one piece of advice would you give to a newbie doing this program?
To a newbie that's doing my program?
Uh-huh.
I would just tell them to go at their own pace and let the workout speak to you. Because what I want people, I want to evoke change in somebody. Like I want somebody to hear those words and make a decision to change on their own, right? Because if they can make a decision to change on their own, then they can also make a decision to love themselves. I'm trying to show people how much power that you really have, how much control you really have. So that's really it. It's welcoming. Like you just go at your own pace. There's no judgment. That's why it's called proving grounds. So you can prove it to yourself. You can't compete with anybody else. It's just you and yourself, you versus you every week. You need to work that out.
I love that. And talk to us about intermittent fasting. And you recommend it. Do you love it?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. Because we did this so fast and I didn't get a chance to meet with the nutrition team, I was gonna add intermittent fasting to this program. But I didn't have enough time to lay it out for Denis. And Denis is a guy, you gotta bring him facts. And I just didn't have it. I didn't have time. But it is powerful. It is the most effective fat burner. And so like you can go 2 different ways. You could do a 16-8 or 12-12 if you want, whatever, however way you want to do it. But a 16-8 is you would just eat all your calories in 8 hours and you would fast 16. So like when I want to lean out quick, I'll eat from 10 to 6 and I won't eat again until 10 o'clock the next morning. But if I'm just kind of casually living, I'll go 11 to 7. You say, well, that's just 1 hour. That 1 hour makes a difference when you leave a gym at 6 and you walk in here and you want to eat one of your kids. Trust me, you want to get some food as quickly as you can. But yeah, that 1 hour makes a huge difference. I always train in a fasted state. And here's the reason why. Because I use stored fat for energy. And you'll trust me, people think that it's hard. It's only the first 3 days you have to adjust a little bit. But when you start getting those night sweats, it's on. I'll tell you, the first time it really kicked in for me, I thought I peed on myself. I was like, I freaked out. I'm like, I'm a grown man. I didn't pee on myself. My shirt was wet. My sweats was wet. And you know how you wake up and you don't know where you at? You just like in a state of like, I don't know. So I'm running to the bathroom like, how am I going to explain this to myself? And I looked and I was drenched with sweat running down my face. And then it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was like, yes, real loud. Everybody sleep. I was proud of myself that I ain't pee on myself. Hey, don't judge me. I'm just telling you how I felt. But I'm just telling you what happens is your metabolism kick in right away. And when it do, you're going to have sweats at night. That's how you know it's on. And another thing is like, you ever felt like the inside of your body was on fire, like really warm, like feverish, but you don't have a fever? You're not even sick? That's how you know it's on. You just fat just gonna fall off.
I love that. Well, I think you have a few people laughing at your story here and crying, peeing themselves here, especially Keisha. But thank you so much, Chris, for getting on and sharing your heart. I'll tell you one of the things that stands out to me with coaches who have fallen in love with this business is it's apparent how much they love seeing the inner transformations that happen and how this is an avenue for that, you know, not just the physical changes, but the mental and the spiritual, and just that belief that you have. Like, that's what makes coaches fall in love with this business. And it's really cool to see that in you, Chris, you know, to see that you have that same passion, and that's why you love this too, that you're all about that whole well-being transformation, not just the physical. So
yeah, I want you guys to tap into the real you.
Yeah.
Please, you owe it to yourself. You guys are the heartbeat of this company. Without you, there is no super trainers. And don't ever forget, you may not ever hear that again. You heard it from me. And I'm telling you the truth. And I'll tell anybody that. I mean that from my heart. Without you, we don't exist. So what should that tell you? It means you're valuable.
I love that.
All right, guys, I'm out.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chris. We appreciate it.
Real quick, before we go to my website. It's thechrisdowning.com. Subscribe to my motivational newsletters. It'll keep you going. All right. You get them once a week. I think Saturdays. It'll keep you going through those difficult times, and you'll have an archive. You can always go back and read something when you're down, but it's www.thechrisdowning.com. All right. All right. See you guys.
Thank you so much. We'll see you.